Mandy-Autumn Chapter 5. Strangely enough, something did happen, and almost immediately. First of all, Mandy came down with a cold. It didn't seem anything to worry about, though, so she said nothing to Matron or Ellie. The last thing she wanted was to be kept indoors on account of a common cold. The other something that happened was far more important. On her next visit to the cottage, she received the most incredible surprise. Her garden had magically been cleared of all the weeds and dead flowers. The box hedges had been trimmed and the lawn clipped. A considerable area of the clearing had been tidied too. The Michaelmas daisies were untouched, and so was the rose tree over the doorway. Feeling already somewhat fuzzy from the cold, Mandy had the distinct impression that she was in the middle of a strange and wonderful dream. Who could possibly have done this marvelous work? Was it the same someone who had fixed the gate? Then Mandy received the biggest surprise of all. Nailed to the door jamb was a note, a plain piece of white paper with capital letters printed on it. Her heart thumping, Mandy removed the paper carefully and read, "For the little girl who comes here, hope you like the garden," and it was signed, "An admirer." "Oh, golly," Mandy spoke out loud. Hardly knowing what she was doing, she wandered around the garden in a dazed state, touching the gate and its new latch, and smoothing her hand over the short-clipped grass. She fingered the note lovingly and read it over and over again. Her excitement was so great that she wanted to shout out loud, "Everything is all right now!" Whoever had written the note must be kind and generous and good, not someone to frighten and hurt her. It was a tremendous relief. But where, oh, where was the friend who had done this lovely thing? Who was he? Mandy was almost convinced now that he was her prince. Who else could have managed surprises of such magnitude? It seemed that all her dreams were coming true. Would the prince appear one day? She prayed that she would meet him. She stayed at the cottage as late as she dared, just in case he returned. When nothing happened, she slowly wandered home toward the orphanage with many a backward glance at the cottage, still hoping he would come. What a lovely world it was! Mandy wished that there was someone with whom she could share her secret. All night long she lay awake, wondering whether she should confide in Sue, or maybe Ellie. As the hours lengthened, she tossed and turned and longed for sleep, but it would not come. This intense excitement was worse than any Christmas Eve, wondering what the next day would bring. Mandy wanted more than anything else in the world to solve this mystery, to meet her prince, to know him, to thank him, perhaps tomorrow. As the dawn crept into the sky, Mandy wearily decided once again that she would keep her secret to herself. When all was said and done, it was still too risky. If Matron found out, or if Sue couldn't keep the secret, the whole orphanage would know in no time. Mandy need not have worried. By the following afternoon, the issue had resolved itself.